Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another DAO Hall. See, we've already got some comments, people in the audience. Hey Jamie, hey Natalie, Lucas, Bene, whoop whoop, Michaela, Devin, Dalian, live from spring break. Wow, got an international team today. And we're introducing some new faces as well. So without further ado, we'll kick it over to Chris Tucker.
Am I some new faces or just one? So most people around here know Be My DAO. I've been here about 15 months full time. I'm spending most of my time on the leyline side and kind of letting other people shine in proof of good because I do a lot of talking in happy hour and whatnot. But I am business development, partnership development. I do some light HR and basically fill in every other nook and cranny that needs filling in. Proof of good came about when Leyline decided that we couldn't alone decide what good meant in the world, and I think it really opened the door to an international community of like-minded players in Web3 and beyond. And so this core team just kind of pours our life into making this dream come true and making this a welcoming community for everybody and a growing experience for everybody. So very happy to meet you all, and I'm always available for questions.
Thank you, Chris. Chris brought me into the Leyline family back in December also. And yeah, so if anybody hasn't had a chance to meet Chris yet on the team, here he is. And I second that. Chris has always been very, very helpful with answering questions without judgment, things I probably should have known in December that I'm just learning myself now. But hey, we're all learning together, right? Or is who likes to say, Hans or Nico likes to say, flying the plane as we build it, right?
Without judgment, man. I guess I'm really good at my poker face.
Paco loved this expression.
I love it. This and how sausages are made. I'm trying to find a moment to use them.
Oh, I've been in local government. I can tell you how sausage is made. It's not pretty.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today, and of course we got Paco, Nico, Al, and myself on today, and a number of our team also in chat. Feel free to drop your comments, questions, and if you're watching over on Twitter, you can drop your questions directly to us that we'll try to answer during the DAO Hall. If you head over to the YouTube channel, which you can find over on our Discord. Also, we'll tweet that out directly, the YouTube link, so you can join in direct from Twitter as well. Cool. So let's move right along. Nico, do you want to tap into the current product and dev work?
Sure. All right. So I will share my screen. Well, actually, let me just disable my cam for a sec, because when the connection is a bit low and sharing the screen, it bugs a bit. All right. So let me know if it comes along. All right. Okay, so today I wanted to give you an update on two topics. One is related to promoting the oracles that we are going to onboard in the future. So we're working on a new page that will be featured or will be accessible from the header, and this is called the Do Good page. And basically what we're planning to do in here is just to explain a bit more what the oracles are about and promote them. So as a start, we'll only have Leyline in here, but as we onboard more and more, we'll have more oracles. So the idea is just to give, a grid of like the different oracles with their icon, the description, and just some brief explanation of, in here, I think we're just missing some text, but this is just sample of what the oracles are here for and how you can contribute through oracles. So when you will come into this page, you will just click on the type that you're interested in, and then you will be redirected to a second page. which describe a bit more what the Oracle is about, their mission, their number of activities that that you can contribute through. So as a basis, we want to keep that very simple for now. So in here, we're just going to promote the number of activities where you can get good deeds and good points for. And, just for now, a link to the actual Oracle website. This could be a tailored or a customized web page that we agree with the Oracles to redirect to a specific page where they talk a bit more of our integration with them and so on. But this is the idea of starting to kind of feature and add some more content on the website and starting to feature the Oracles in there. So we had quite a lot of ideas where we could have additionally some success metrics, like a map of where the good deeds are being done from and so on. But this will come later as we start to have more data in our system and we can actually do good deeds through the POC protocol, which is going to which is still something we are building in the behind the scenes. But this is the very basic page that we are building in now. This is in the current sprint, and I think we should be actually able to release that sometime next week if that works. The second part I wanted to show you is another more front-end related update. So before I even show you this, I'm just going to explain the context. So when you come to Proof of Good website currently, you just see this very first thing in there, which promote currently the Genesis pack. But as most of you know, the Genesis pack collection that we have is not available for claiming anymore. Reason being that most of the packs have been claimed. I think there are very few left reserved for some of our partners. So we just want to give a fresh update to the website, and we thought that just starting to explain in a few simple slides how the how the Proof of Good protocol is going to work is the idea in here. So that's still work in progress. If you have any feedback or comment suggestions, just feel free to raise them. We might add in here some additional icons or info, just graphics to make it a bit more visual, but that's the first version that we discussed. So this is what you'll see on the homepage coming forward. So the very first step is, one, we want you to do good. So just a simple text explanation that you can contribute to something that resonate to you via the oracles that we integrated with. The get started is going to redirect you to the page that I just described before, so you can see what good deeds you can do through which oracles. The second step is that we can change the text. It's just some ideas, but we have to prove the good deeds. So we're still working on how exactly we're doing those validations, because they're kind of case by case with the oracles. But the idea is that the oracles do some part of validation on their side, and then on our side we have what we call POC validators that kind of verify that the good deeds are getting, and that then once they're verified and proved, we can just write them on the blockchain and they're recorded forever.
I really hope that you leave it as prove it. I like that.
All right, I came up with this, so if you like it, then it's fine. The next step, once those good deeds are recorded on the blockchain, you can earn rewards with this. Obviously, you will get your good points, but the idea is that we're building this system where you'll be able, once you connect your wallet, which is a way of doing the authentication on Web3. You connect your wallet, you get your good points, and there are other kind of rewards that you will get in the future once we make the system evolve. But the very first idea is that for the good deeds you've done, you get good points, and then by being a member, doing good deeds, and getting good points, and potentially getting NFTs, then you become a DAO member. So the DAO member will give you, voting rights to DAO, and then you can use your, as I said, use your good points to acquire some NFTs, some tokens, and voting in the DAO. I guess we will have some kind of deeper explanation page that we still need to build, explaining a bit more the different ways of becoming a member of the DAO, because I think we have different other possibilities. Like if you buy tokens through the offering that we have and so on, you can also become a member of the DAO. So we'd have to kind of explain this a bit more, but here there's not so much space. And the last step is once you're a member, you can exercise your rights and have the governance applied and participate to the proposals and the voting. So probably in here we could have a link that redirect to the current proposals that are open. And just very briefly, in here we just thought about displaying the fact that you can still claim some of the or buy some of the Genesis POC packs via OpenSea, but we'll also soon having a new set of NFT or POC packs that we're still working on. So that's the two topics I wanted to mention. They're more front-end related and slightly lower priority than the rest we're working on. I think last time I touched on the actual POC protocol that we are still trying to build and build our very first use cases where we can actually record technically the good deeds that are being done via an oracle. So that's really what the engineering team is focused on, is build this POC protocol MVP version so that you guys can see your good deeds in the front end and get your good points. I think I showed last time those mockups. So this is still work in progress and really much the focus of the team. So yeah, that's pretty much my update. And I guess that we were talking about Snapshot proposal. So I don't know, Geoff, you want to touch a few words on that, on the ones that are currently open? But
yeah,
pass it back to you.
Sorry, I just want to say this looks fantastic. I'm so excited to see this go live. Just to peel back the curtain a little bit on BizDev, like Al and I were having a talk earlier today, like when do you reapproach people that maybe have gone quiet a little bit? And I think when this goes live is when I want to go back out to people and say, hey, look what we've done. Look what our team has accomplished. So this is amazing. Thank you.
Completely agree. And Nico, I had a question actually come out from Devin. Will we need to have a connected wallet to validate good acts?
To validate the good hacks, you don't need to be connected. It really depends on the integration with the Oracle. So on the mechanism of validation that we agree with the Oracle. But to claim your points or to get your points and see them and use them in the front end, you will need to be connected on the POC website. So let's say I'm doing volunteer work for Leyline and I fill my spreadsheet on a weekly basis, and Leah is verifying that yes, I know this person, and yes, I know that she's been doing some work, and I grant I just validate this good deed for volunteering with Leyline, and this is recorded on the blockchain. But to actually get your points on the POC ecosystem, you will need to go on the front end, connect your wallet, and then we recognize that it's you and we give you the point.
Brilliant.
Hopefully that answers it.
Love it. Love it. Chris Briso says very clean, straightforward layout. Love it. Will there be an update on Discord when proof of good website changes are live? Yes, that will go out as an announcement once that's pushed publicly. Awesome. Thank you so much, Nico. It's so exciting to kind of get a look at the product. I think everybody really gets jazzed to see all the hard work that you guys are doing. Great. Well, let's continue moving on. We can hop into Snapshot and Discourse. So I want to share my screen. Thank you for everybody that participated. There was a vote that just closed voting yesterday on on the 19th that was for removing the 3-day delay. I will hop over and show that right now. Can you guys see my screen? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So the removed 3-day voting delay passed. Thank you for everybody that voted. We had that higher quorum listed at 80 for the vote to be considered representative and to either be approved or denied. Again, if we don't hit that quorum number, then the vote is rejected. And we were able to go well and beyond that 80 quorum with 109 votes. This is the most participation we've had on any Snapshot proposal so far. So thank you, everybody that showed up and exercised your governance and voting rights that themselves own at least one Proof of Good Genesis pack. If you yourself don't own a Proof of Good Genesis pack, when the member packs become available, those also, as Nico mentioned, will have voting rights as well. So you too can vote on Snapshot and Discourse. If you're not familiar, I'll just really quickly run through what that looks like. So if you do own a Proof of Good Genesis pack, you are a co-owner of the DAO, and each Genesis pack that you own gives you a vote in our Snapshot and Discourse. And the way that that works, I'm going to drop the link over here. If you head to snapshot.org/pound/proofofgood.eth, you will see our Snapshot proposal page. You can join this. You can initially, what you'll want to do is attach your wallet in the top right corner via MetaMask. You'll probably have to sign or approve to connect to Snapshot. And you want to make sure that you're connecting your wallet, which has in it your Proof of Good Genesis pack or multiple packs. Once you are there and you've joined, I need to still join, but I need to sign and I don't have my hardware wallet out. You can look at the different votes that have been approved in the past. You can look at the details, for instance, the counselor's endorsement. This is what was discussed last week. And while it was 100% approved, we failed to reach a quorum, and so this vote will not be approved. What we'll probably do is repropose this after some revisions and then put out another call for a vote. One thing that we did differently with this most recent vote is for removing the 3-day voting delay was really notifying and communicating within the community and across social media when the vote was active, rather than when the voting became active for the vote. Since this has now passed, what we'll see moving forward is that with each proposal, there won't be a 3-day delay before there can be a vote. Initially, this had been proposed so that if basically to stop a 51% attack or a rug pull or a bad actor from coming in and saying, well, I propose that we donate all the treasury to my wallet, right? However, there is still the veto power of the counselors board, and so the 3-day voting delay has been removed. Thank you again for everybody that has participated. What you'll see on each one of these, just as a refresher, on every proposal, there's also a discourse component where Snapshot is used for the voting mechanism. Discourse is used for, discourse, to debate, to make amendments, to say, I would vote for this, but I don't like this language. And you can see the discussion for each proposal here. You can join the conversation, create an account, attach your wallet. Then,
Jeff, could I interject really briefly before we go on too far?
Of course.
You did mention that counselors have veto power. I just want to let the community know that we use that as a break safety glass in case of emergency measure. It isn't something we would ever do lightly. It's if we see something going catastrophically wrong with the system or a bad player. So I just want the community to know that that is a last resort, and I hope to never use it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point. Thank you. What you're not seeing over on Snapshot. So just to pick up where we left off. So you looked at a Snapshot proposal. You have attached your wallet. You've got the wallet attached that has your proof of good Genesis pack. Inside the Snapshot proposal, each proposal has a component on Discourse where we can go debate, see what the current debate is, all the other questions, comments. And then when you are ready to cast your vote, approve or deny, back over on Snapshot, there will be right below this Discourse link, there will be, excuse me, a voting window that says approve, deny, click one, and then click vote. And straightforward. And the way that we have Snapshot configured right now, if you own multiple proof of good Genesis packs in your wallet, you can only vote approve or deny with all of the proof of good Genesis packs. You wouldn't be able to bifurcate to split your votes between, you know, 2 yeses and a no. There's other configurations, other DAOs that allow that. In our current configuration, when you cast your vote for approve, you can see mine was cast with 3 POG packs. For approve, I wouldn't be able to say, I'm on the fence, I'm voting 2, 4, and 1 against. And that's kind of it in a nutshell. I know this is kind of repetitive information for a lot of people that are on the call, but because our team is international and DAO halls are not don't fit with everybody's schedule, this is something that we think is just, you know, good to continue to reiterate over time, as well as just review the current Snapshot proposals. So big shout out to everybody that voted on this. This was our most participated in vote. It was passed with flying colors, obviously, as you can see, with 109 for and 0 against. So we'll be seeing the delay on Snapshot removed prior to the next proposal. Speaking of next proposals, there's a number of proposals that are in the works right now, and without getting too in depth about it, I'll just say kind of discussing and defining the nature of the Oracle relationship and the partner relationship with the DAO, such that, you know, the rights, privileges, and governance and good point allocation ability from oracles and partners can be more clearly defined. So stay tuned to that, and of course that will go out as an announcement in Discord as well as across all social media. So you'll see me in there saying, hey, go vote, it's live. All right, so I think that's it. Any questions? What are thoughts on buying good points? Does anybody want to tackle that? This has been an internal discussion that I know has been happening.
Traditionally, it has been no, we cannot buy good points.
Let's leave it there. I think I'm wondering if I know who Computer Tutorials is that asked that question, but if not, you're not alone. It's something that has been discussed a lot over the past 2 weeks, and, you know, raises a lot of philosophical questions about the nature of that. Hey,
your screen share is mirroring the backstage area.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think somehow Paco is not on screen here as well.
While you're trying to figure that out, I'll just say that it doesn't just have philosophical ramifications. I'm sure it has regulatory ramifications. So,
right, and, you know, raises questions about the nature of altruism, effective altruism, impactful good, you know, and reputation as well, right? So I think that's probably all we have to publicly report on that, but the discussions are happening. If you yourself have individual thoughts on this, you know, please feel free to drop them in the comments here, or you know, continue the conversation over on our Discord channel. Eventually, there may be a proposal where we'll bring this over to Snapshot and Discourse, and have it vote on by the DAO. But for now, these conversations are happening. There hasn't been really a definitive answer that's yet reportable or not far enough along to really bring into a formal proposal for voting yet.
And I'll say, if I ever see like a fierce debate on Discord, nothing would make me happier. Like I will poke team members and bring them in to comment. I mean, that's the place for it. The general section is the place for everybody to give their ideas, their thoughts, promote discussion and argument, a friendly argument. It's we want a thriving community there, and that takes ideas and engagement.
So you said on Discord, right?
Yeah.
Is there a way to, I guess, carve out and memorialize those conversations if they're just happening in the general section? Because if there's like a lot of good feedback and a lot of good points that people are bringing up, we want to make sure that we are capturing the spirit of a debate and showing that everything's being considered.
Absolutely. I'm not as intimately familiar with the evolving structure of that page, but I think the idea is to keep things simple and expand as needed. So as it evolves, I think we're going to find more niche homes for those different discussions. But engagement will be the key to everything.
I think one easy workaround without having to call a bot or anything, if people just attach #WhatIsGood to their comment on Discord, then we can very easily cull all those conversations and include those in Discourse should and when this reach a proposal. We've got some other comments.
Just to add on the good points, on the buying good points, Fred. I mean, I haven't seen any latest discussion on this in Slack, but I think the idea really with the good points was that they can only be acquired by doing good deeds. But there are also ways to spend your monies to get part of the DAO, which is one option is to buy tokens. And I think in the latest proposal on Leyline, we are actually offering good points for a donation. So if you donate to the prize pool, which will go in the mystery box, for $1 you get 1 good points, and this goes in the prize pool, and then this is redistributed as you spend your good points in the system. But this is really in the Leyline ecosystem so far. So I think that was the idea.
From a philosophical point of view, if you donate, let's say, $1 million to UNICEF or something like that, that can possibly be considered a good deed, right? So I guess it's not a breach, a good burn right now, right? I'm against a direct sale, like you could do on some of those video games that will remain unnamed, in which you actually buy. Do you have this microtransaction in which you get that currency of the game, right? I would never be in favor of that.
Agreed.
However, I think there are ways of, rather than buying, hey, I have this money, I'm going to use it for good. We can always assess a situation like that, I think.
Absolutely, because that is philanthropy. So
correct.
So I guess my only, I definitely understand that point, but the volume of money that can be donated versus the time and effort that it takes to do an actual physical deed, to me, creates an imbalance in terms of the distribution if all good points are created equal.
Wait. I mean, that's like a whole, it's like, should we get to this point, how many points would you, let's say, assign to a certain amount of money or certain deed? Is the point in which we would have to then balance. It's like, I'm not saying we're going to have an equivalent or anything, but you have to actually weigh things so that nothing gets unbalanced, right?
No, absolutely. That's why we have these discussions.
Yeah. Not only that, and when valuing how to reward good, it's so subjective. I mean, what is the impact at treating somebody with dignity at a soup kitchen. I mean, is that a $10,000 donation? Because it certainly means it to that person getting the food. So, yeah, this is the kind of thing we set up the DAO for, because these discussions will never end. I'm hoping 3 generations from now, they're still revisiting this very same topic and scrutinizing.
Well, if we do our jobs right, then hopefully the problems will change, and then the framework for which we need to evaluate them will change. So,
but they'll have a good foundation. So, and a great network of partners that's ever evolving. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the lively debate. It's something obviously that, you know, is very near and dear to everybody that's on the team's heart, and I would imagine everybody that's part of the DAO as well. And I think your point's well taken. If we do our job right, then these will continue to evolve. Once, you know, the problems of today will be hopefully not the problems of tomorrow, and you know that I think ties into the impact that we have. Great. Well, let's continue the discussion. And again, if you are on call or listening to this, you know, hop over to the Discord for now, and you know, any comment that you make in the general channel, attach the hashtag what is good to that. We'll be sure to include these should and when a proposal hit Snapshot for that continued discussion. I do want to, with respect to time, move on. So let's hop into marketing update. A lot of this may be a repeat for those that were able to attend last week's DAO Hall. Thank you. But just as a reminder, all the Proof of Good Genesis packs available for claiming via any of 4 ways have been claimed. So if you had 5 POAPs, hopefully you use them to mint claim your Proof of Good Genesis pack. That the ways to get a Proof of Good Genesis pack in any one of those 4 ways are no longer valid. There are still a number of Genesis packs that are reserved for marketing, promotional, and partner distribution. So there are ways that you can get a Proof of Good Genesis pack or another Proof of Good Genesis pack to add to the number of votes that you have within the DAO. And, you know, so continuing to stay engaged with the DAO is probably the best way to find out how and when you can qualify for an opportunity to attain another or your first. With that being said, some of these marketing efforts will include both announced campaigns, contests, giveaways, as well as unannounced. You know, we had a DAO Talks last week that we didn't announce that we were going to beforehand, but we randomly picked an attendee from the audience. They received a Proof of Good Genesis pack. So there will be some surprises along the way, only good surprises, we hope. And with that being said, we do have over 300 distinct owners of the Genesis packs. And in doing so, with this kind of slow acquisition in distribution, I should say, with this slower distribution strategy, we really work to ensure that our community and co-owners of the DAO is kind of uniquely and organically grown through this DAO, through, you know, ways that are not easy. These weren't available for purchase directly, and that the DAO ownership goes to those who have earned a spot in an effort to have a representative governance with people that are like-minded, mission-aligned, and highly engaged as well. Other updates
from all around the globe, right?
What's that?
Really, from all around the globe too.
100%. Absolutely. Great. Some other quick updates. Let's see. DAO Talks are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so if you missed yesterday, you'll be able to catch it tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern or noon Pacific. Those are usually about an hour, sometimes 2. Those are hosted by Living with Will, or Will Gaines, our very own, along with Julio Slim, as well as Willow, who's also very involved in the Refi project, which we are beginning discussions with as well, because they are doing impactful good. Anyways, and they will be discussing an art contest tomorrow. This will be our, at least I think, Proof of Goods first art contest. So stay tuned. Please attend the DAO Talks tomorrow again and find out more about what art contests we have cooking up. And we'll also have announcements across other community channels once that information is made public. So stay tuned. Happy hours are on Fridays. Probably everybody on this call has been to the happy hour. Those are a lot of fun. Are also our most well-attended event each week, with over 200 participants on each, and all 200 are absolutely not POAP punchers.
I would like to say for happy hour, I kind of miss the happy hours of yore, where we got into philosophical conversations more often. I'd like to go back there. I think that those were a lot more engaging than just a few updates and talks about what beer we're drinking.
I agree. There's been a lot of work, and sometimes we bring in partner projects, or we're excited about talking about, everything that's happening with the team, but it detracts from, having half a bottle of wine and really getting into the nature of what it is to be
human.
Hans, yes, a person that can only do stick drawings can absolutely join the art contest. That will be, I don't know if you're picking on me, but if I submit, that's what you're going to get. And we'll go through how that works exactly, but it's meant to encourage participation from everybody. It doesn't have to be digital, doesn't have to be polished. You could take a picture of scribbling on a bar napkin.
Anything that doesn't make the cut, we'll just send over to Gardic. They'd be happy to have it.
That's an absolutely fantastic segue into, if you haven't played our game days. Game days are every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, or 11 a.m. Pacific time. And shout out to Chris for helping us coordinate those times, really such that our entire international community can play. Generally, it's pretty late for some places and a little early for others, but we have done game days for a couple weeks now and have had some success with those. One of them that we've been doing is GarticBot. If you are not familiar, which Chris was just alluding to, it's like Pictionary run through Discord, and the drawings are at once both very impressive MS Paint style drawings and also indiscernible from your more talented kindergarten child's art class drawings.
That was very generous.
Yeah, not that Maggie was using actually the kids to guess faster.
Right.
It was the drawings, right?
Yeah,
they're tuned in.
His kids were spectacular.
So that was our first game that we tried out, and it's a lot of fun. It's a kind of nice way to unwind from the week, and and people. There's a lot of funny people on the team that are it's a hoot. You'll love it. If you haven't, I would highly encourage everybody on this call or listening, join us on Saturdays. One other game that we are beginning to test out is Marbles on Stream, which is that's a lot of fun as well. We've practiced the configuration, the installation, and operationally how that works, which is supposed to be a 30-minute meeting. 75 minutes later, Paul won his first race. I won a few. And again, it's a good time. So we'll probably be trying to get the Marbles on Stream up. If you have suggestions for other games, please drop them in Discord, in chat. We'll certainly look into them. And, over the coming weeks, we'll also be moving on to games on Twitch where you can play directly a one-on-one battle maybe it's Warzone, or maybe it's Scrabble, or Words with Friends, whatever that looks like. But we're looking to, expand what the gaming game days and game opportunities look like over time.
And I'll go one step further. I will beg people to show up for Gartic on Saturday, because we have some team members that have to be stopped. They win every week, and they need to be dethroned. So the more people doing that, the more chance we have of dethroning them. Please, please do not let their reign continue.
Are we still talking about the chef, Rara, and Mike?
Yes, we are. Like, they have answers before I've turned on and looked at my keyboard, and yes, I need to look at my keyboard to type. So yes, destroy them, please.
So yeah, if you can tell by the tone of our voices, it's a lot of fun. You get to know the team, you get to know the DAO a lot better as well, and there are some very quick fingers out there typing answers. Moving on. So one event I wanted to mention that is an external event. We'll reiterate this again next week, but on April 30th, Flick is having an Nft Summit where some from our team will be presenting on their experience with NFTs and opining on the market in general. That is from 9 to 10:30 a.m. Pacific on April 30th. One other event that is even farther off is the Glasgow Tech Adventures Fest. And Stephen Morrison, who's on this call, hey Stephen, has been working with us and working with Glasgow and the Glasgow City Council on this Web3 tech development NFT conference, 8th to 10th in Glasgow, where we are working out how to have a presence there. So that conversation has been very exciting. Hopefully we'll have some boots on the ground there to speak with students, other potential oracles, partners, universities, as well as government organizations and NGOs. Stay tuned. More to come on that. Cool. When is the art contest? The art contest will be announced tomorrow and will run for 2 weeks. But this is just the first of many art contests, but we think this is a pretty good one to start out with. So that announcement will come at the DAO Talks event again tomorrow, 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern on Twitter. And we'll have subsequent announcements in details in all of our community and social channels afterward. Okay. Great. Well, with some time left, unless anybody else has some points that they wanted to tack on here, we have a working version of Impactful Good that our very own Leia and Jamie have done out in the Philippines, in the mountainous region of the Philippines, delivering impactful good to students, educators, the school in general, as well as parents and the community. It's really nice, and the video won't be published officially until Friday, but we thought we could do a sneak peek here, and I've gotten the sign off from Leia and Jamie to say, okay, let it rip. So without further ado, I think that I'll play that, and we can have a look.
Magpapakilala sila sa inyo. Leyline, proof of goods. Okay? So, dito si Ma'am Leia, makinig kayo sa sasabihin niya, ha?
Hello everyone. Hello Hello guys. Kami ay international organization. Bago lang kami dito sa Pilipinas. Pero gusto namin na magbigay ng tulong sa lahat ng mga nangangailangan.
I am JB from Design, and we are an organization, non-profit organization, helping everyone in the world. We actually first hit Bali, Indonesia, and we did it in January here. We gave goods and fruits, and those are needed, and we hope to do this all over the world and
Taas kamay. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, start. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Okay, mga
How great is
Awesome.
that? Yeah.
Good work. Good work, everyone.
I can't stress enough how many hours an event like that takes to plan, to vet, to show up, to video edit. So thank you so much to the ground team. I mean, you're the ones that make all of this actualize, all the hard work we're putting in. And to those of you in the audience who don't really know what we're about, that's what we're about. So please become involved if that moves you in any way, because we could always use more help. And thank you again to the ground team.
Yeah, phenomenal. I've been watching this video. You know, every time I'm having a I don't know, bad day, I throw that on. I don't know. It just reminds me of, you know, that the work that we're doing is impactful, makes a difference. And I know that this was largely a Leyline production, but, you know, hopefully this is just the beginning of many oracles that will deliver impactful good worldwide. So, yeah, I'm just beside myself. It's so cool, and it's really great. I think it turned out awesome.
Many of those kids in the audience too, that was their daily meal. You know, that was a big event, to eat until you're full and to eat healthy food. So that's some new people might not realize that when we do work with partners and we try to bring them supplies and technology and get them involved in Web3 and provide sustainable income, we also try to feed them during the education process, because having your basic needs met is key to everything, right?
100%. It's really moving. I'm cutting onions, y'all. Anyways, we're just about out of time, guys. So if there's any questions from the audience, drop them here. Otherwise, we'll kick this over to Discord and join us for DAO Talks tomorrow to find out more about our art contest that we'll be kicking off for the next 2 weeks. Friday for happy hours, Saturday for game day, and of course, every Wednesday you'll see us here at the DAO Hall. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys. See you around.